Well, let's draw on one of those stories because you and I have been talking about one of the things that was in her book about Edith Kermit Thoreau at Roosevelt, which was she talks about verifying that her husband, Theodore, as a young boy, was in a picture. So I think the picture is there, Sue.
Yep.
And that's of, that's of Lincoln's funeral procession in New York, and that's his grandfather's house in New York. And the circle there, the red circle, two little specks. So how do we verify that that is indeed Theodore Roosevelt and Elliot Roosevelt? And it turns out that we're sort of getting to the bottom of it. We're not quite there yet because we've not done all the due diligence. But I mean, how exciting to you is this, that we're starting to uncover some of the questions that we didn't have the answers to?
Yeah, and especially since Michael, you and I have been discussing this over and over again for probably the past year.
Years, yeah.
Saying, and you're like, we can't verify it. So looking through these things, it's just Sylvia's papers, it was so exciting to find a letter from Stefan Laurent saying, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I'm so glad I got to tell you the story, got to visit you, this is to Edith, and telling the whole story about the two little boys, and Edith telling him who they were. And that. But now, in Edith's book, she does talk, Sylvia does mention that the two little figures were Elliot and TR, but she cites it at the end just saying a letter. We didn't know where that letter was. We now found that.